Well, you're here because you filled out a survey about a guy and he scored a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you, things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He may talk about big dreams and have a lot of creative ideas, but when it comes to pushing himself and facing tough situations, he tends to back off. He might work hard on things that interest him, but as soon as stress or conflict comes up, he's likely to withdraw and avoid dealing with problems. If you want a man who climbs high on his own, this one will probably disappoint you.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's more likely to break down than bounce back. Instead of facing problems head on, he tends to step away or shut down, saying things like, I can't deal with this right now. He is sensitive and feels things deeply, but struggles to fight through stress or conflict. You might notice him getting upset or moody, withdrawing, and needing extra time to recover.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
At work, he is usually quiet and keeps to himself, so you won't find him fighting with others or causing drama. He's kind hearted and cares about people, but sometimes he can be blunt or not very polite, which might rub a few people the wrong way if they're sensitive. He's not disliked, but don't expect him to be the popular one either.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you shine in your career, he will quietly feel proud of you, but he'll rarely celebrate it loudly or make a fuss. He's sensitive and caring, so your happiness matters to him, and he isn't the type to get jealous or feel threatened by your success. You probably won't hear complaints or see bitterness. Instead, you'll notice him becoming distant at times.
What if you start earning more than him?
He won't secretly resent you or feel jealous if you earn more than him. He's gentle and understands that your success doesn't take away from his worth, so he's not likely to make snide remarks or get into fights about money. However, if he's feeling low about his own career, he might become quiet and pull back, needing extra time to sort through his feelings.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He isn't very organized when it comes to money, so you might see him forget to budget or spend on things that catch his eye without much planning. He doesn't always think ahead about saving, paying bills, or keeping track of expenses, and could end up with a messy wallet if no one reminds him. If you want someone who's careful with every rupee, this may be a struggle.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He tends to live within his means, but not because he plans everything out or keeps a careful watch on his spending. He doesn't put on a show or pretend to be richer than he is. Showing off isn't in his nature. Still, he's not very flashy, so you won't see him bragging or wasting money just to impress others.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is generous and has a soft heart, so he is open handed when someone needs help, even if his own finances aren't perfect. He doesn't like to see others struggle and will try to give or support however he can. He isn't tight or selfish with money or his feelings. He genuinely wants to help and be kind.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is open and straightforward about money, not the secretive or controlling type. If you ask him about his spending, he will likely tell you honestly, sometimes even admitting mistakes or confusion. His gentle nature means he won't use money to control you or hold it over your head.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He truly believes that housework should be shared and doesn't think it's only your responsibility. He's caring and compassionate, so he'll try to help out when he sees you struggling or tired. He won't insist you do everything, but he may need gentle nudges to pitch in regularly.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He honestly wants to help, not just stand around and watch you do the work. His caring nature means he'll step in with chores and even with diapers if you ask, or if he sees you're tired, he won't try to boss you around or supervise instead of truly helping.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He truly tries to understand your point of view and doesn't argue just to prove himself right. Instead of getting into heated debates or raising his voice, he listens quietly and shows genuine care for your feelings. Kindness, not arguments, is his way of showing love.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he doesn't shout or become aggressive, but he can become moody and withdrawn. Instead of saying hurtful things, he's more likely to go quiet, avoid talking, or leave the room to cool off. Calm, gentle conversations work best to help him open up again.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he can get upset or bothered quickly when things don't go his way, especially if he feels misunderstood or overwhelmed at home. It's not dramatic anger. He's not going to yell or break things, but he does start sulking or withdrawing into himself more often than most. This means you might see him get silent, moody, or walk away, even during small disagreements.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He's gentle at heart and does have the ability to say sorry, especially when he knows he's hurt you. He doesn't often blame others to protect his ego, but sometimes when he feels too emotional or overwhelmed, he might quietly pull away rather than confess his mistakes straight away. You'll rarely see him shift the blame onto you. Instead, he just needs time to process things before coming back with an apology.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
Yes, he will respect your boundaries and understands that no truly means no. He's gentle and caring, and if you set limits or make your wishes clear, he won't try to push you or argue. Sometimes he might get quiet or pull back if he feels rejected, but he will not react in a forceful or disrespectful way. You don't have to fear him ignoring your words or stepping over your lines.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is sensitive and may take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy, even though he tries not to show it. Instead of arguing or making you feel guilty, he might go quiet, withdraw, or feel a little hurt inside. You might need to reassure him gently that it's nothing about him and just how you feel.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You can trust him to handle private moments with care and respect. He's not the type to use personal things against you, tease you about vulnerable moments, or embarrass you later in front of others. Even if you fight or disagree, he's unlikely to bring up those moments to hurt you.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is naturally loyal and not easily distracted by other women. He cares deeply for the person he's with and isn't tempted to look elsewhere just because things get tough or someone else shows interest. You won't have to be anxious about him flirting around or breaking your trust.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
No, he is not over possessive, jealous, or controlling. He's gentle and tends to trust you. So you won't find him questioning who you talk to, getting angry if you spend time with friends, or trying to control your actions. You won't face drama about jealousy or have your independence threatened.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, his protective nature isn't a cover for controlling behavior. He genuinely cares about your well being and wants to support you, but he doesn't go overboard by trying to manage your choices or keep you under strict watch. If you need help, he'll quietly step in. If you want space, he'll respect it.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He sees parenting as a team effort and wants to share responsibilities with you. He genuinely cares about the family and doesn't expect you to do everything alone. Even though he sometimes forgets tasks or feels overwhelmed, he'll try to help when asked and doesn't mind pitching in.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he tries to stay calm, but sometimes his emotions can get the best of him. Instead of shouting or being harsh, he might become quiet and withdraw, showing disappointment by pulling away rather than raising his voice. Patience and gentle reminders help him handle tough moments without losing control.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
Yes, he will support you as both a mother and as your own person. He cares about your happiness and wants you to feel seen and respected, not just for your role at home, but also for your dreams and interests. He isn't the type to hold you back or make you give up what matters to you.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
No, he's not the kind of man who will secretly hope you quit your career after having a child. He values your happiness and respects your choices. So if you want to keep working, he'll support that even after you become a mother. He doesn't believe your dreams or job should end just because your family grows.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will treat your parents with real warmth, not just surface level politeness. His caring nature means he wants people to feel comfortable and valued, so you can expect him to listen, help out, and show genuine kindness to your family. If he seems quiet sometimes, it's more about feeling shy or overwhelmed, not a lack of respect. He will genuinely try to adjust to your family rather than expecting them to change for him.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he'll try his best to handle it calmly, not make things worse. Instead of arguing or causing drama, he's likely to go quiet or step back, hoping things will settle down on their own. You may need to encourage him to share his feelings or help you set boundaries.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
No, he's not the kind of man who will act modern with you, but expect you to suddenly become a traditional supportive wife in front of his relatives. He wants you to be comfortable and happy as yourself, whether it's just the two of you or with family. He doesn't push for strict roles or expect you to hide your true self just to please others.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will try to support you, but he may do so quietly rather than making a big stand. He's not the type to pick sides openly or get into arguments with his family. Sometimes you might wish he'd speak up more for you in front of others, but his way is gentle and indirect.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He's not truly a mummy's boy, but he does care a lot about keeping peace at home. If there's a conflict with his mother, he might not jump in loudly on your side or argue against her because he's uncomfortable with tension and confrontation. You may have to guide him and ask for his help directly if you need him to stand up for you.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He won't share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He's not the type to discuss your personal issues behind your back or involve others in your relationship problems. For the most part, he respects your privacy and keeps your matters between the two of you.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So that's the story. This guy scores a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short of the standard we would want. Being with this man day in and day out feels gentle and warm, but sometimes a bit quiet and messy. He cares about you deeply, listens when you talk, and tries to make you feel loved, but he isn't great at planning or handling stress.